Welcome to day 4. So today we're going to roll our hips and sort of lower back. And I'm going to do this a little differently today. I'm going to teach it in real time with you so you can do it with me as if I were teaching you in a class. I always like to start with the glutes when I'm doing lower body. So place your roller perpendicular to your mat and then lift your body up and bring your seat onto the roller. And I'm going to do this in real time with you today, so I'm going to time about 1 minute in each area on each side. So your pelvis is on the roller. Now, bias one side, you've heard me say that before, so you're more on the glutes, on the bum cheek of that side. I'm going to start our time. You can be down on your elbows like I am. You can be up on one hand. You can be on both hands. Whatever works for you, but I want you to move gently, covering as much of the surface area of that glute as you can. So one of my teachers, Trina Allman, uses the image of a map of the United States and says, you want to go all the way to the north, so we can think about that as well. So if you think of your bum cheek like a map of Canada, you want to visit all the way to the south, to the border with the United States. You want to gently roll all the way west to where we are over here in Vancouver. You want to go all the way north to the Northwest Territories and the Yukon and Nunavut. And you want to go all the way east as well. So you don't have to turn fully onto your side, but you kind of want to get the back of the glutes there. And just take one more breath here. And then we'll do the other side. So roll onto your other side. Again, you can be up on one or both hands. You can have both hands on one side, whatever feels most appropriate. I'm just going to turn around so that I'm still facing you, but I'm still doing the same side. And then same thing, you're breathing in and out through your nose, and you're just gently massaging things out. And then remember your levels. So what's your intention? If this is just kind of the end of your day, or you just want to do some release, then you're just going to either stay still or roll along the muscle there. If you want a little more, then you can kind of rock the body, find a spot and rock the body side to side. And then if you want to add even more sensation, then you would move the leg over the roller there. So this is feeling pretty good for me today. I do this pretty consistently, which helps. So I'm able to add a lot of movement. And just take one more breath. And then we can actually stay on this side, and we're just going to roll right onto the outer hip. So let me show you. The roller is above my thigh bone and below my hip bone. And then that's really all that we're going to do, because the roller takes up a lot of space, right? So you just rolled sort of sideways off the glute, and you're on your side there. And I like to come down onto the elbow. This feels a bit high for me, but you're welcome to do it. So this is a bit tricky because the space is a little smaller, and there's not a lot of room to roll up and down towards and away from your head. So we basically have to gently roll towards and away from the floor. And we're doing that gently because I'm sure you can feel you're rolling over some muscle tissue there. And you can we're going to do the fronts of the thighs tomorrow, but right now, if it feels good, you can come as far forward as you'd like and as far back as you'd like. And with the roller, there's not a lot of room for play. So there's very little room to move because you don't want to be rolling over any bony bits there. And of course, if this feels totally fine, you wanted to add some intensity, you can rotate the bottom leg, you can lift and lower the bottom leg. And just take one more breath. And then come on to the other side. I'm going to turn around so that I'm still facing you and you can still hear me. And so you'll come onto your seat and then lower yourself down again onto that sort of small space between the top of the thigh bone and the bottom of your pelvis there. And this bottom leg, if you want the least amount of intensity, just totally relax it. And this top leg is kind of your guide, so I'm using it to push me back and forth. You can have it behind or in front of the leg. Do what works, do what works. And I know this requires a bit of effort because you have to hold yourself up with the on your elbow. But again, you can use your hands, you can take breaks. It doesn't have to be forever. And again, we're just rolling slowly forward and back. Breathing. And just like on the other side, if this is feeling pretty good and we want some added sensation, then I can move, I can rotate the bottom thigh, I can lift and lower the bottom thigh. And then take about one more big breath wherever you are. And then we're going to roll right onto the side of the body. So you can stay on the same side. Now the roller, you're lying on your side, you're on your elbow, or maybe your palm, but the roller is between your ribs and the top of your hip. So in this soft spot right here, and the roller is great for this movement. So what we're trying to get at here is a little bit of low back muscle and a little bit of obliques muscles on the front and side of the body. So if this is a lot, and for lots of people it is, you're just gonna stay here, breathe, try to relax into it. For lots of us who hold this area habitually, this is the practice, is just hanging out on the roller, breathing and trying to give into it. And if you're not feeling that too much, then you can go against the grain of the muscle. So rolling forward and back, taking the roller towards and away from your head slightly. And it's totally normal if you find that one side feels completely different than the other side. And take one more breath here. And then disco flip on your seat and come on to the other side. So again, roller is between ribs and top of pelvis. And starting out, just lie, this side is a lot more tender for me. So I'll do a lot less movement. So to start, just lean into it, relax into it, breathe. And if that's going well, and you can totally soften your belly, which is hard for lots of us, then you can add a little bit of forward and back movement. Still breathing in and out through the nose. Remember, you can use your foot as a lever to kind of rock you forward and back. And wherever you are, just take one more big breath. Of course, you can stay as long as you'd like, as much time as you have. Just remembering that you don't want to overdo it. So usually a couple of minutes in each area is sufficient. Oh, that feels good right there though. And then use your hands to push yourself up.